Welcome to Lavender Letter, where pop culture meets purpose. I'm your host, Melanie Diamond, and it's good to have you listening. In this episode, I am introducing myself and my vision for the show. So where should we start? I am a writer and seminary student based out of Houston, Texas. I was a teacher until this year, and most recently a stage manager. I started a blog in 2012 where I talk about travel, music, and artists that have inspired me over the years. To get to know me, here are a few fun facts about me. I played varsity softball in high school. I have the same birthday as Babyface and Haley Joel Osment. I was named after a local news anchor in Houston. And I have never lost a fight against a grizzly bear. Who knew? My obsessions at the moment are dirty sodas, romance novels, and air conditioning. And not necessarily in that order. So, to shift gears, Lavender Letter started as a newsletter that I was working on in graduate school, but I have found myself wanting to pivot. I turned 31 this year, and I have felt that for the past couple years, I have been going through a lot of changes in this transition from 20s to 30s. So I have felt led to try something new, to explore new horizons, and to challenge myself. So I decided to start with one of the things that still scares me, which is public speaking and starting a podcast. My vision for the show is to provide a space where joy and purpose are centered when discussing entertainment and culture. I have been blessed to have the opportunity to work with talented people, and their stories have inspired me, and I believe that they will inspire you too. On this show, expect lots of humor. Expect 90s TV and movie references. Expect sometimes politics and conversations about creativity and productivity. I personally love letters, and I love how personal and intimate they are. And I hope that this podcast can feel like I am writing an old friend. I was just rewatching Sex and the City the other day, and it is honestly one of my comfort shows. It is a show that I have rewatched over the years to see if my opinions have changed about the plot lines and the characters and just the city in general. So in my 20s, I thought Carrie Bradshaw and the girls could do no wrong. But as a 30-something, it's kind of changed because I have a little bit more life experience and nuance now. But honestly, what remains constant is the fashion. I loved Carrie's outfits. She had this whimsical, quirky thing going on. But my unpopular opinion is that Samantha Jones was the best dressed. Hopefully, the fashion girlies don't fight with me on this one because I know they love to tussle. But speaking of, I have a few other TV characters that are honestly taking it every time they come on the screen. So number one, Emily Cooper from Emily in Paris. I know. She works in fashion marketing. Of course, she is supposed to dress well. I know. However, her clothes are always bright and fun. She lights up a room without even speaking a word. So I'm looking forward to season 4 and seeing what she is wearing in Italy. Number 2, this one's a little unconventional. I would say number 2 is Klaus Hargreaves from the Umbrella Academy. I loved how they dressed him for season 2. It was set in the 1960s. And so his character was a cult leader. So thinking Charles Manson and John Lennon and how a cult leader would look. He had this flower child hippie look, but it was iconic. Number 3, I would have to add Louis de Pontdulac. Interview with the Vampire is set in the 1910s. He is playing a black Creole man, and you have him in the nicest suits and accessories. It fits into his character as the owner in New Orleans red light district. I would say 4 and 5 would be Molly and Issa on Insecure. I loved how they were the exact opposite of each other. So Molly had these amazing power suits. Issa had a boho chic look. I just loved it. And last but not least, on and Just Like That, which is the Sex and the City reboot, you have Lisa Todd Wexley. Her outfits are amazing. So she is playing a filmmaker who is a politician's wife. So this is a woman that is busy and is always on the go, and she has the most vibrant outfits. What I love about costume design is what it tells us about a character and their connection to power. We have reached the end of the show. Thank you for listening to this episode of Lavender Letter with Melanie Diamond. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please subscribe and leave a rating or review. Until next time.